In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a quiz in PowerPoint using Visual Basic for applications. Now, as you can see at the moment, it's a very basic setup. We've got three very simple slides. Firstly, the slide 1 is a demonstration title, and it also says click to enter name. What we're going to do is turn that into something that connects with a macro, so that when you click on it, a little box appears so you can enter a user's name for the quiz. Slide 2 is a very simple question. You should all know the answer to that. And slide 3 again, another little area to click on so you can find out the final score of the quiz. So first of all, what I need to do is create some macros that will store the Visual Basic code to operate the quiz. So what I do is I click on macros, and the first macro that I'm going to create is called name, to enter somebody's name. So I type name in the pop-up window here and I click create, and this takes me into the Visual Basic development environment. Now I'm just going to cheat here. I'm going to open this document which has got the code in it, and I'm just going to go to the subroutine called name. There's the code that I want associated with the macro, so I'm going to copy that, go to the PowerPoint and paste that in between where it says sub name and end sub. Now they're highlighted in blue for you. Now you don't want to delete those lines of code. Now the first line of code here, user ID, well that's a variable that's been set up at the top, dim user ID. So we've got space to save the user's name, and that becomes equal to an input box. What is your name? When that command has been executed, we're then going to jump to another subroutine called start. Well, I don't have a sub start, so I've got to create that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save where I am in this environment, close this down, go to macro, and I'm going to create a new one, and I'm going to type start. I'm going to click create, and then I'm going to jump over here and pinch the code that is for the start. Back into the VBA environment, paste the code in between the sub and the end sub. Now there's a problem here. This is in the wrong place, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that to here. The reason is because in order for start to work, when it calls this macro here, start has to be set up before it. So if I don't move it to before this next subroutine, it won't know where to find it. But now it's in the right place. Okay. Now in here it says number correct equals 0 and number wrong equals 0. Well, they're two variables as well to keep a running total of the number of right and wrong answers the user makes in the quiz. And there are those variables that are declared here, dim number correct and dim number wrong. You don't have to actually set the type of variable here as well with this quiz. It'll work as you'll see soon. So let's save that. Let's go out and create another macro. So I'm going to go to macros, and this time I need a macro for every correct answer, so I'm going to call one correct. I'm going to create it, go over to my document here, get the code, copy that, back to the VBA environment and paste it in. Save that, close it down. Let's do one more. Let's go wrong, create one for wrong, pinch the code, copy that, back to the developing window, paste that in there. So now I've got 4 macros defined. They all use Visual Basic. There are a couple of others, 3 more to do, but I'll let you do those. I'm going to close this down now. Let's just show you how you actually add a macro or associate that with a box, text box, or a picture. Could be a picture. So I'm going to click on this text box here. Now one click and it's a dotted line to make up the rectangle. Another click on that line makes it solid. So what I want to do now is I want to insert an action to go with that. So I click on the action button here. I'm going to select macro, and there's my macros that I've created. The one that I want on the first slide is name. And then I click OK. If I go to the question, I know that Belfast is a wrong answer, so I'm going to click on Insert, Action, and I'm going to make sure it says wrong. And Dublin is the right answer, so I'm going to solid line select that, click on Action, and I'm going to choose correct because that's the correct one. So I'll stop there. So that's how to attach the macros to the elements in the PowerPoint quiz. You've seen how to create the macros. Develop your own quiz, set up 4 or 5 different questions, multiple choice, and let's see how you go. Let's see if you can get this working. Thank you.